let me make a snowman. And he is going to be so much fun. So what I did yesterday was went out and bought this floating frame. Okay, it's got 2 pieces of glass in it. And ideas were just bombarding my brain about this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down. I'm going to show you what we're working with, and then we're going to talk about options, okay? Optional things that you could do on this, okay? It's going to be so much fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down, show you what we're working with, and we're going to get this party started. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to try. I had to adjust my whole tripod system because it was being wonky. So hopefully, I'm going to put my microphone in as well. We'll plug that booger up so that we don't echo. All right, so let me plug this in. I need to just put a note on my iPad. I love these frames too. I need to just put a note on my iPad that says microphone, because I always forget. Always. Woo, hold on, sis. I always forget until, you know, I don't know where to put this. Let's see. I'm going to have to scrunch my shirt up. Hang loose. All right, can y'all hear me better? We are going to make the Marshmallow Man. So I got this floating frame at Hobby Lobby. It was like 14 bucks, $15.99, but they were half price this week. So I ended up getting a couple because I'm kind of excited about doing a couple of different things on here. Now, to get this out of here, we got to unscrew. All right. And I didn't even realize that until like right before I went live, and I was running around trying to find, running around. Oh no. Trying to find a screwdriver, and now, this one's coming. I was about to say, now I can't even get the screw out. I did not realize that I was going to have to do this. I figured it just clamped, but let's see. This one feels stripped. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. So it's screwed together because there are 2 pieces of glass. Yes, I love snowman too. I almost always do at least one snowman. I kind of feel about snowman how I do about pumpkins. And so let's see how this comes out. Oh, does this come apart? Hang on, let me read the directions. How about that? Lay face down. Carefully slide the 2 pieces out of the frame. How? Okay, I should have read this before. Remove the front side piece of molding that is holding the glass. Okay. I don't know how. It's got to be this one because that's where the screws were, right? Oh, look at that. Y'all, I'm so dumb. Look at that. That's kind of cool. It's stuck together. So we're going to take our glass out. There's 2 pieces of glass because it's a floating frame. You're supposed to put your picture in here. We got to get that off. But here are my ideas. All right, so this is a floating frame. Hang on, I'm going to scooch this over. I'm going to put some paper towels down before I break something. All right, I'm going to put that on there. So here's what I was thinking. I need to get that off, but hang on, I got to get something to get that sticker off. Can y'all tell I was not exactly the most prepared person in the world today? We're going to get that sticker off. But here's what I was thinking. Let's chat it out while I get this sticker off. You could literally paint on the bottom section of the bottom glass piece. Let me get a little water. you could paint something on here, or you could put like a piece of scrapbook paper in there. You could do so much on this bottom piece of glass. All right. It would be so much fun, and I may add something, but I think for now what we're going to do is just do our snowman on one of the pieces, and then see, it has that's the bottom piece, and this one goes on top. And then maybe we'll add something with some scrapbook paper, or maybe we'll paint. I don't really have any. Look at this. Okay, so this is a piece of scrapbook paper. You could totally just slide that in, cut it to size and slide that in, and then you could change it out, right? I am having a frazzled Sunday. So you could totally like swap this out. I love these frames. They are so versatile. Yes, you could do snowflakes. You could do whatever you do on this bottom piece of glass, whether it's paint or just slipping in like a little scrapbook piece of paper or something. It needs to be flat so that you could slide your other piece of glass back in, right? Yes, I'm definitely flying by the seat of my pants today because I had this burst of energy yesterday on doing this, and then I didn't just 100% think it through, did I? Okay, so on our glass, I do want to make sure it slides back in nicely. So I am going to, I was trying to see how much gap I had. I'm going to add some tape to that little bit of an edge. I think it's going to be about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to add some tape to that edge so that the snowman, oh, this came from Amazon. It's just a window, a scraper. It's got like a long razor. So that we can slide this back in and it won't be, yes, a snow globe, yes. So I need to clean my glass first, don't I? I don't really have any Windex, so I'm just going to do my very best. Hopefully it's not too terrible. Can y'all even see that glass? Should I put some more paper towels under it so you can kind of see where it is? I'm not going to worry about my fingerprints on that side because I can fix it. Oh, I don't want to lose my screws either. All right, so piece of glass. Now this is an 8x10 frame. Okay, I did not mention that, but it is an 8x10 frame with 2 pieces of glass. All right, so what I'm going to do first is take some tape, and I'm going to tape off that little bit of an edge so that I can slide it back in. All right, so I'm trying to visualize. I don't want to go too crazy. All right, let's flip. Oh, I should have known that was going to happen. So that's uneven. I'm going to fix it. Yeah, it's Hot Mess Sunday. All right, so you can see I just taped it up a little bit. And there is a little bit of room between the two, but you wouldn't want to put, like on your bottom piece of glass, I don't think you'd want to put anything too dimensional. I think sliding the paper between it or like doing some sort of painted finish would be okay, but I don't think you could put anything thick. Not even like one of those acrylic things, Snowman or, okay, I need to do it like this. I'm done losing my mind here. All right, so let's lay it like that. That worked out pretty well. And I just don't want glass or resin on that outside edge so it won't go back in. Yes, I actually have one of those too, but it's big. So the frame, Danita, the frame came from Hobby Lobby. Let me see. And I'm having a spectacular time trying to get this tape on. And the reason, if you just got here, the reason I'm doing this is because this is like a floating frame with 2 pieces of glass sandwiched inside the frame. And so I don't want to have glass or resin on that outer edge. So I'm going to tape this off so that I make sure I don't have that. It's going to help keep me on track. All right. And voila. Okay, so now I got to get my fingerprints off the glass again. Let's lay that out, flip her over so you can see that I have like a little edge all the way around my glass so that we don't have resin and seepage. See? Just that little bit of a curb. All right, now let's wipe this off again. All right, so here's what I did. I went to the Hobby Lobby. My Hobby Lobby has sheet glass, okay? So I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought a piece, a 12-inch square of white glass, and I cut it. This is half of it. So I cut half of it off, and then I cut it in half again. And then I just used my nippers. And I drew it on with a marker, and then I just nipped around it to make a circle. And he doesn't have to be perfect. You can see that he's kind of lumpy, but he's a snowman. He's supposed to be lumpy, right? So we're going to use that. Oh, wait. Okay. I want to make sure that he's sitting proper. We're going to use that for his body, and then on the other piece, I did the same thing, just a smaller version. I don't think seed beads would fit. We'll try it. Like, we're going to do this today, and then once it's dry, and we put it back together, maybe I'll come live tomorrow when it's dry, and we'll put it back together, and we'll look at options of how to do the back glass, and we'll see if the seed beads will work or not. Anywho, so circle, just used my wheeled nippers to go around and around and around in a circle. Just wheeled nippers, okay? Just crunch, crunch, crunch all the way around. And then I honed the edge so that it's not sharp, okay? That's all I did. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, he'd be cute. Look, if you've got a square frame, so cute if you did a melted snowman. That would be so cute. Melted snowman. All right, so we have a snowman now. And I did have a piece of purple glass that I got from Amazon. They come in these like 4x6 little sheets. At Amazon, you can buy a variety pack. And so I cut a cute little scarf. So cute. So just put a little scarf on him. And then I just cut 2 little, I didn't even measure. I just cut 2 pieces of glass. All right, so we're going to have his scarf just like that. I need to nip that hard edge off. See how it's like a straight edge? I need to nip that into kind of a point so it fits better. So I'm just going to take my nippers and hang on. I'm going to do it off-site so it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Let me hone it. I don't want to be cutting myself. So now he has a cute little scarf. Look at that. That is so adorable. And of course, I had some orange for his nose. And I bought some black beads, some clear beads, and I brought a little bit of black crushed glass so that he can have a mouth and nose and all that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to mix up a little bit of resin, And then I'm just going to put a thin coat of resin on my glass. Then I'm going to hit it with the heat gun, get those bubbles popped. Then we're going to lay all our bits in. Hang on. There's something on him. We're going to lay all our little pieces on and then do a little bit of resin over the top. We're going to add some starfire for snow around his body. And of course, seed beads, right? Because we've got to have sparkles for the snow. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? Ready? All right, I'm going to mix up a little bit of resin. I don't think we're going to need much, maybe half an ounce. So I'm just going to mix it in this cup. And let me find my pen. Oh, Danita, yeah. Sand dollars, yep. I've done bunches of sand dollar thingies. So I'm just going to mix up, I'm trying to decide. I don't want to do a whole ounce because I know it's going to be too much. That's going to be a lot for this little piece. So, I'm going to do, I guess I'm going to do a half an ounce. I think that's going to be plenty. So I'm going to mark my cup at 1/4 and then 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and mix our resin. My desk is a mess, y'all. And it's no wonder I can't keep up with anything I'm doing. My desk is a mess. And guess what? I have one glove. I have one glove, Julie. One glove. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to steal the gloves out of my kit. Because I had one. A box of gloves with one in it. All right, so let's see here. We're going to mix resin. I'm going to push this up just in case I make a mess. So you could put your snowman, you could do all kinds of different things on your top glass, and then you could interchange it out. Whatever you slip between the glass, you could paint something, you could put scrapbook paper, you could literally put like your initial in glass on the front glass and then change out scrapbook paper behind it for the seasons. The minute I saw it, I was like, I have 500 ideas. I literally was like, I'm about to make 20 different floating frame art pieces. It's out of hand. All right, so I am going to mix a half an ounce of resin and a half an ounce of hardener. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I almost lost you. And, whoop, don't go crazy. And then we're going to mix it up and find my stick. We're going to stir this for 3 minutes. So if anybody has any questions about what we're doing, where I got anything about the challenge, anything about the Christmas trees, anything about this cute snowman, you got 3 minutes of my time right now. Could somebody time me, please? Thank you. It is 2:33. So we're going to just stir. If you're new here, I'm using ArtResin, and it's a 50-50 mix. You're always going to measure. It is not by weight. It is by volume. So you are going to measure 50% hardener and 50% resin, and you're going to slow, gentle stir for 3 minutes. We're not making egg whites, y'all. We're going to be slow and methodical. You're going to scrape the sides of your cup to make sure it's all mixed well. Scrape across the bottom because, like a cake mix, there's always a dry spot, right? So if anybody has a question, see my cute little nose too, and that's literally just some scrap glass that I just cut into like a crazy triangle. Rita, you need to go to the page for you need to go to, you're a member, right? You need to go to the Shattered Circle Facebook page, and there's a link to the challenge on the Facebook page. That's how you get in it. Stir, 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 stir. The frame came from Hobby Lobby. I'll show it to you again in a minute. And then it's a quarter each. I'm making a 1/2 ounce total. So it's a 1/4 ounce of hardener and a 1/4 ounce of resin. Sorry. Angela, you need to get the tape off within 24 hours. If you forget, or if it's hard to get off, just use your heat gun and heat it up a little, and it should come off easy. Yeah, Rita, the link is on the Facebook page. The group, the membership page. Stir, stir, stir. I was so happy yesterday when I went to Hobby Lobby. Obviously, the glass sheeting was not on sale. They only put that on sale every now and again. But everything else I bought was on sale. Everything. I normally won't buy it if it's not on sale. That's just how I roll. But I needed the glass sheets because I didn't have white, so I had to get it. These are called Buddha bracelets. B-U-D-D-A-H. Is that how you spell it? Buddha? Buddha bracelets, and I bought these on Amazon. Amazon. Are these the ones you're talking about? Hey, Sue. Kim said time is up. I just been stirring and stirring. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get this and put my icky on it so I can still use it. So we're going to move this back over, and I'm going to take all my parts off. I love them too, and I only take them off when I'm getting a manicure. I sleep in those things. They're not bendy, but they're not uncomfortable, and I literally rarely take them off. I think if I took them off, I'd probably forget to put them back on, and then I'd feel naked. I even have like a tan line where my bracelets are. All right, so I'm going to clean that up, make sure we don't have any ick on there. I see a little spot right there. All right, and then I'm just literally going to pour a little bit of resin right in the middle. I'm going to get a silicone spreader to spread that so that my hands stay clean, if I can find one. Where, oh where are you tonight? What's that song from? All right, what's that song? Where, oh where are you tonight? All right, so I'm just going to use my little silicone spreader. Feel like I'm going to need a little more resin. And I'm going to spread that resin, a thin layer over the whole, glass sheets. Yeah, they don't have glass at all the Hobby Lobbies. I found that out the hard way, but mine does, and it's like a whole aisle of stained glass stuff. All right. I feel like I should use my hands, but I only have one extra glove, so I don't want to not have gloves. I'm going to get this spread. I just want a thin layer. All right, this is ridiculous. I can't do it. I got to do it this way. It's like everything in me was fighting. All right. I want to get the whole thing covered. Should have taped this glass down too. All right, and then I'm going to hit it with my heat gun just to make sure there's no big old bubbles before we start adding our other stuff. All right, so I'm going to wipe this off my hands. That's what I did. Already stole them. Let's pop these bubbles. All right, there we are. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take my cute little snowman butt. I'm going to put a little bit of resin on the back side, so we're kind of sandwiching the resin. All right, and then I'm going to stick him down here. I'm going to give him about a ½ inch from the bottom. All right, now we'll get his little head. Thank you, Julie. We're going to put a little bit on here. I should have made more resin. I'm already thinking, I don't think I have enough. All right, so we're going to put him right there. Now I'm going to take his scarf and kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to put a little, yes, it will, Christine. Just keep it on high heat and low air. All right, so we're going to put his scarf on. Just kind of arrange it. And his little flying in the wind pieces. All right, so let's see. Love that. That is so cute. Let's put his nose on. Well, nosy Rosie. And, oh, Lord have mercy, look. I'm going to dump some of this out. So let's do, I'm trying to decide, let's do eyes. Oh my gosh. He is so cute, y'all. Let's do eyes, and then we'll do a few for his mouth. These are just string beads from Hobby Lobby. You could use whatever you have. You could use black glass or beads, whatever you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty cute. If you've got a bigger glass or frame, you could totally put a hat on this fella too, but I'm pretty happy with him the way he is. Now, look, I need some glass. Hang on. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Nor'easter. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some clear, this is Starfire, and I'm just going to add some to the bottom. I'll fix it in just a second. I'm just going to add some to the bottom. I use my stick. And make sure it's the glass is not sitting on your tape, because you need to pull that tape off when this is dry tomorrow. All right, so let's get it off the tape line. Come on. Come on, man. Down there. Then we're going to add some more resin on the top. May need a little more glass. This is going to be so cute. All right, I got resin. I got glass on my tape line. I'm just sitting here telling y'all not to do it. And mine is sitting right on there. Scoot up, scoot up. All right, I got to flip that one over. There we go. I think I need a little more. A little bit more. Get off the tape line. It's hard when you're blind too. It's like squinting my eyes. All right, nothing on the tape line. All right, That looks pretty good. So I'm going to take just a few little nugs of glass. This is just black glass. And I'm just going to get a few pieces that would be appropriate for his belly. Because he's got to have little buttons, don't he? Look at that. Now, I'm going to get my other glove on, my new one, my single, and we're going to finish up. We're going to put resin on our glass down here and all over all our giblets. And I don't think I have enough resin, y'all. A little mad at myself for that, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. All right, let's get it on the beads. Y'all, I'm going to have to make more resin because I was being cheechy. I was being, thinking I was going to have too much. And I don't. I'm scraping the bottom of the buckets. Hey, Brenda. This is why sometimes, if you're like me, it's better to have a little extra because you can always put it on something else than it is to not have enough. And then you are live on Facebook and you have to mix more resin because you're crazy. All right, hang on. I'm going to scoot you up a little. I'm going to separate his little mouth beads a little bit. All right, so we're going to do it again. Luckily, my lines are still on my cup, so yes, an ounce, because I made a half, and I'm probably not going to need the whole ounce, but you guys might. I definitely was, half an ounce is not enough. All right, so let's mix another half. Resin and hardener. So a quarter and a quarter. And we're going to stir again for 3 minutes. All right, so we're going to just stir again. It's 2:47 here in the South. Just gray. It's sunshiny and warm here. I think it's in the 80s. Today, I'm in shorts and a tank top, if that tells you anything. But I'm going to tell you this, too. I will wear shorts until it turns 30 degrees. I don't like long pants, and I don't like closed-toe shoes. Thank you, Julie. So we're just going to mix a little more because I grossly underestimated. That's right, sissy. You are right on. So yeah, if this happens to you, then just mix more. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Julie's timing. Steve says it's 85 degrees. It's nice and warm. He's supposed to be cutting the grass. So he's on the Facebook. I should have put my hair in a pony too. 82 in Central Alabama. Cold and rainy. That's what I think that's why I'm a summer girl. Winter is so dreary. Winter makes me sad. 90 in Oklahoma. Marla is at the pool. Yes, Gina. Gina. I dislike cold weather as well. I want to live where it is between 70 and 80 every day. Down here, it's just crushed glass. Oh, these are flat mosaic glass. It's glass sheets that I just cut into a circle. 83 in Tampa, 82 in Arkansas. Jane says she just got the notification. Well, I sent it out a long time ago. I sent it out at 1:55. See, most of us still have some pretty decent weather. Are we done, Julie? I cannot imagine, Debbie, not living in the South. Mostly because I'm a hot girl. And I don't mean hot. I mean, I like it hot outside. 52 in Washington. That's still somewhat pleasant, Maryland. All right, I'm going to stop. I feel like I should. All right, so I'm just going to drizzle a little more on his face. Be a little more generous because I definitely was running myself short. Down here as well. I want to cover all of my little snowman. And do a little more resin on the glass parts too. All right, so we're just going to be very generous. And I'm going to save just a little bit. I'm going to use my little silicone to try to get that whole body covered. There we go. I can't wait. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the commitment that sometime tomorrow, I don't know what time, because Mondays are crazy, even though we won't be shipping tomorrow because it is a holiday. It's a bank holiday or a post office holiday. I'm going to make the commitment to come back and have some options for the back glass so that we can really see how he looks in the frame with optional backgrounds. I think that'll be super fun. I think the possibilities are endless. Let's go here, a little more here. All right. Up, making sure it's all covered. Then we're going to hit it with our heat gun. We're going to add a few more little jivvies. All right, I see lots of bubbles, so we need to make sure we hit that. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to wipe my hands off. Let's pop our bubbles. Sunny in California. Yeah, the body is white sheet glass that I just cut into circles with my wheeled nippers. The scarf is sheet glass that I just cut little nips of and made little shapes. The nose is also sheet glass. The eyes and mouth are beads. And the belly is black glass. I'm going to make sure I get them all real good. Ooh, there's not enough room for hats. I should have gotten a bigger glass or made my snowman smaller. But if you got an 11 by 14, you could totally put a hat on him. He doesn't have one because there's no space. So I have seed beads. These are the crystal luster seed beads. So I'm just going to come down and put some in the snow. Whoops, don't run away. They're bouncing on the sheet glass. Add a few little pieces or little nuggies. Then I think I'm going, let me put some in a cup. Let me put the top back on that before I have an accident. It won't be a happy accident. And I think I'm going to just lightly tap in a few. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll separate them around like it's snowing. All right, I'm going to get my little bead awl and separate that big clump. Yeah, and I'll show you guys the frame again in just a second because it's super cute. It's like a floating frame. So it has two pieces of glass where you're supposed to sandwich your photograph through in between the two pieces of glass. Let me put a few more here. This is the delicate work. We'll separate that a little. Separate that a little. All right. How stinking cute is that? Yeah, I don't have any glass cut for his hat, but something that would be cute. Well, you could put a hat on sideways, or you could even put like a toboggan. If you cut like a toboggan shape hats, it could come across his eyes. There are so many options, but here is our cute snowman, and I'm going to elevate him on my little triangles, which are somewhere. Yeah, the streaks level out. I did have a couple of streaks when after I pushed all that around, but once I hit it with my heat gun, it kind of helps level it out. I'm going to put this on my triangles. And we're going to let that dry, and then tomorrow we'll pull the tape off. I'm going to take these gloves off and show you. Yes, a stocking hat would be so cute. We may add one. I'll have to see what I can do, but here is the frame that I purchased. All right, it is a floating frame, so it has two pieces of glass. So what you could do is, you know, like you would, this is like for a picture, you would put a picture in here. So you could just put some scrapbook paper on here and then put this, slide that in on top. I'm probably going to go back to Hobby Lobby tomorrow and get a couple of different options for the back of that, and so we can see what it looks like, and then we may paint the glass too. I don't know. We're going to play that by ear and see what happens after I do some Hobby Lobby shopping. So earmuffs would be so cute. Oh, now you got me thinking. What do I have we can make earmuffs out of, Brenda? What do we have? Earmuffs. What could I use for earmuffs while I still have a little bit of resin? Thank you, Laura. It's just so cute. And here's the thing. You could do this, and instead of having two sheets of glass, you could totally take one sheet out and do a different art piece on this other glass. And you could have two, like interchange them out. You could do a pumpkin on one and a snowman on one, and then kind of change them out. They're just, the options are endless. That's why it just hit me, and I had to go to Hobby Lobby immediately and see what I could find because my brain was on fire. Let me see if I have some buttons. I bet I do. I bet I have a bucket of bucket of buttons. Oh, look at here. I have orange buttons. I have red buttons. Let's see. Let's see what we have. Orange. I know I have so many buttons. I have so many. The question is, where are they? I saw them recently. I saw them recently. Hang on, y'all. I apologize. But this is what happens when something hits you. You have to go with it. And if that means doing a search for things, where are buttons? Kristen McKenzie, where are buttons? I feel like there was a whole box crammed and jammed full of buttons. Where are they? Huh. Well, I have orange. Probably the minute I put these orange buttons on his head, they'll pop up and be right there. And then I'll be mad because I kind of want black. I kind of want black buttons. All right, I'm going to have to give up because I'm getting on my own nerves. Oh, y'all, just the moment I said I was going to give up, look what I found. Oh. All right, I'm going to scoot this glass over before I mess it up. Look, I have orange. Watch this. Let me scoot. And, yeah. Look, buttons. I have turquoise. I have off-white. I have white, and I have red. I have red buttons. Don't have black, but I have red. Let's see. Let's see here. I knew I had buttons. Let's see. Oh, we got baby buttons. We got bigger buttons. I got to figure out the right size. Let me scrounge a second. Let me scrounge. Because I kind of need two that are the same or similar. Those are the same. I do like this one. It's a little deeper color. Am I on y'all's nerves yet? I'm on my own nerves sometimes. So, there's that. All right, I think we're going to go with, are these the right size, you think? Wish I had some that didn't have so many holes. I'm kind of looking for, oh, hang on. Ooh. Oh, that is a lot of buttons. Yeah, that one, I agree. I'm trying to find maybe something that has two holes. Let me see if I can nip these. So they're like half. Let me try that. Hang on. We're going to use the straight nippers. And you're pointing. And I'm going to try to cut it in half like that. And we can put one on each side. So let's see if that'll work. Hang on. Oh, y'all. You're not going to believe it. Are those big enough? We need a wire or something too. You think bigger than this? Let's cut this one too. Hang on. This is like a party. It is a button party. Hang on. Oh, yes. All right. Is that big enough? Which ones? Big or small? I think the big. Oh, poo. All right. On the sides. All right, I need some help here. We gotta have the wire, right? What are we gonna use for that? Kim? Is it curved like that though? I already opened it. Let me see. The brown. Oh, look at here. Julie brought me a surprise. And you think that needs to be a little tighter. Look, maybe, hang on. I need a tighter curve. That's what she said. All right, hang on. We're going to get a tight curve of vitrograph. Let's see what we got. Ooh, look at here. Julie to the rescue. Let's see. Oh, we got a few options. Look. That is almost perfect. I think this one's too spread. What do you guys think? Yes, you could definitely use force wire, but I think that. I'm going to break this, and then we're going to determine. Let me see. I need to scoot you down some. Let's break it right there. I don't have any pipe cleaner, so we're going to try this. And about right there. All right, let's see. I need to make it shorter because it's sticking out over the tape. Hang on. Got to make them a smidge shorter. I got stuff flying all over the place in here. All right, let's try that. Look at that. Oh my God. Y'all, okay, give me a second. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to turn him around so that you can see him because he is adorable. And I've got so much stuff piled around me now. Oh my Lord, I don't even know where to put anything. Look, y'all. Let me see if I can turn this around without making a mess. How cute is that? Can you see him? Oh my gosh. Hang on. Hang on. Gotta get a little bit of resin. We're going to cover that vitrograph and put a little dollop on those buttons. Let's spread that around. He is so cute. That was such a great idea. Oh my gosh. He is going to be fun. He is going to be so much fun. I'm going to hit him with some heat again. Uh-oh. See, we got a little something in there we need to get out. I'll use my bead awl. Hang on. Put it away. Right, got a little chunk of something right there. Probably from the button. And we got that moved. He is so cute. Teamwork is right, Kathy. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh my goodness. We all make such a good team. So yeah, that was a vitrograph that we used, but like you said, you could use floral wire, you could use, oh, look y'all, look at that. I cannot wait to take the tape off tomorrow. He's melting. Okay. Look how cute. That is so adorable. Arms. Let's break this in half and see if we like it. If we don't, we're going to move on. I'm going to break this in half. This is a perfect piece for arms. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I'm going to check that, Darby. Okay, I got to turn it back around so I can see. Maybe I'll keep it sideways. Whew. All right, look. What do you think? I can take them off if it's a no. That's coming out of his neck, though. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's kind. I think the heat gun was blowing on it. Hang on. Let's do one here. Let me get that one out. I'm going to have to touch this, and it's going to be icky. And then one here. He's not going to fit. I got to trim him. Hang on. I got to trim him. Hang on. He needs a little nail trim. He's going to be waving it, y'all. Right? See how sometimes it's hard to stop? Y'all are egging it on, too. It's hard to stop sometimes. Watch this. I'm going to trim the other one as well. We're going to get them off. I'm going to have resin all over me. Ugh. Let's trim his hands. He's sassy. He is sassy. All right, I'm going to turn him back around. Let me add a little resin. We're going to turn him around and see how we feel. We're out of resin too, so we're going to have to stop. Sassafras. Y'all don't like the arms? Y'all don't like the arms? Arms up, both of them? Okay, hang on. Like that? Like yay? Now what do you think? I gotta get this resin off my fingers. I'm going to pick him up in just a second. It's so hard to visualize because of the blue tape. So just trust the process. And once we pull that blue tape off tomorrow, I think he's going to be amazing. He is so stinking cute. I want to show you again what we're going to do. So this is our little snowman. And I'm going to go ahead and just turn the camera down so I can show you things that we have some options. I do love this. I don't know if you can tell. This is a scrapbook sheet and it's like iridescent snow sparkles. That one is really pretty, but I think you have to have your nose on it to be able to tell. right? So this one I may use for my snowman. I just love it. It speaks to me, and it's literally just a music sheet. Super, super duper simple. All right, this one was 59 cents, y'all. Check that out. Just some snowflakes, blue snowflakes on white background. This one is super duper sparkly. Can you see that? That one is like glittery. He was $1.99. I think I got him 49%, 40% off. This one was also $1.99. It was 40% off. See, those are silver. Cute. This one's my favorite. I'm not going to use this on the snowman, but I'm going to use it on something. Right? And last but not least, I just bought this one because it was so cute. And it reminded me of our sub box that we just did. And I thought it was so cute, and we're going to have to figure out how to use it on something. I was thinking we could put it on something and paint a green tree and add glass or something. I don't know. It just spoke to me because it had all the cookies on it, and he has a snowman with red earmuffs, so I couldn't resist, especially for 59 cents. So those are the options that I got from Hobby Lobby today. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down, and we're going to take the tape off of our snowman, and we're going to decide on a background. So let's get started with that. All right, I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to get as close as we can. So again, this frame came from Hobby Lobby. It's in the frame section, and it's a floating frame, so it has two pieces of glass, and you access it by taking the screws out of the top. And then it took me a few minutes to figure out how to open this yesterday, but it just has a little hinge. It just opens right up, and you can take the glass out. So we left one piece of glass in, and then we used the other one to make our snowman. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the tape off the snowman. Now I do wanna tell you, it's best to get tape off of anything you resin, it's best to get the tape off within 24 hours. I like to say 12 because sometimes it wants to stick. But just in case we have struggles, I brought the heat gun to the party, and we are going to heat it up if we had issues. Oh, I wanted to add that one to our little repertoire as well. Now I have a towel. Got me a little towel. I'm gonna set my glass on upside down so it doesn't, like, you know, so we don't break his nose. The blue tape, yeah. So, and then I'm gonna just start peeling up the tape off the back. And so far so good, but it's around that resin that we may have an issue, but it's coming off the back side really nicely. So let's see what happens. Oh, let's do this one. I was gonna do this before we went live, and I thought, no, y'all need to see this. Gatekeeping. All right, so let me pull it off. All the way to the edge. Let's get the top half. And then comes the resin part. Let me get this piece. I'm getting my handprints all over this glass. All right, let's get that. All right, now's the true test. Let's flip him over. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and heat it up anyway, because I don't wanna have any problems. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna heat that tape up a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Oh, no rimming. That happens to the best of us, doesn't it? So I'm just gonna heat it up. Oh, look, it's coming up here already, look. And pull my tape. Oh, that's coming off really nicely. A nice clean line. So there's one. All right, let's do this side. I had this side heated up, so let's try it. It's coming off really nice. It might even come off without the heat. Let's just see, since we're doing it pretty quickly. Look at that. No issues whatsoever. It is sticking to my towel. Look how nice. Oops. Hang on. I'm gonna heat that one up. He's trying to stick a little. Ooh. I'm gonna heat that side up. There we are. Let's do the bottom. Woo! Got my thumb. Oh, I think I got a piece of glass shifted. Oh, don't do it. Don't tell me. Oh, that may be under the frame. So I'm going to heat that sucker up though and see if I can get that little tape out. That's why you don't want glass on that edge on your tape, because this might happen. Oh, I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna use my little pick and see if I can get that out. Oh yeah. Here we go. Patience. That's all it takes. A little bit of patience. Oh, he's under the glass. Right there. Just that little teeny piece. Dag nabbit. And we'll see if I can get it. I'm gonna heat her up. I was so careful, but y'all know how it is. Sometimes if you're not mindful, things can shift. Oh, look. I got it. I got it, y'all. Ta-da! That little booger tried to get me, didn't it? All right, even a little piece of glass that was stuck came off. All right, so check it out. Super cute. Look, he's so cute. So now, here's where our backgrounds come in. Because here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna go back in his frame, just like this. Hang on. Wow, oh wow. Oh, hang on. I might have to do that again. He's gonna go back in the frame and we're gonna try some of the paper underneath to see which one we like the best. And I'm trying to see if I'm about to be on the struggle bus. And then make a decision about, wanna do this, about his background. That's too busy. I'm gonna turn him so you can see him, but that's just too busy. It's super cute, but I feel like it's just too much. What do you got to think about that one? Too much for me. This one is super pretty. I'm gonna save that one for last because it's my favorite. This one is just white, okay? It's kind of sparkly white, but it's just white. All right, kind of plain. Then we have snowflakes. I do like that one. What do you think? What do you think about that one? I have more. This one is probably my favorite, one of my favorites so far. And you don't even have to do a background, guys. Seriously, you could just use it clear. That one's too busy. This is one I just bought because I thought it was super cute. So I didn't really have any intention for that at all. This one, what do you think of that? Pretty cute. I do like that, and I do like that the background is kind of a blue-gray. Right? So that one's a contender. This one's not. I just bought it because I want to do something with it, but not this. It's a little much. And then last but not, or it's not even last. I have two more. This one, super sparkly. Look, I don't know if y'all can even see the sparkles. Can you see the sparkles? Let's see. I want to raise it up and see. This one is super glittery. Can you see that? Glitter, glitter, glitter. And last but not least is this one, which I like, but now that it is on here, I'm not sure I like it with the snowman. So, I'm trying to wait for it to catch up. I do like this. I'm not sure I like it better than this. Are we all on the same page with that? Yeah? What's too pink? Oh, the glittery one? I think I like this one best. It is very sparkly and glittery. Very glittery. And I'm not a glitter person, so I made them put that in the bag by itself. So, let's see. This again, we're gonna go through. I think so far this one is my fave. But we're gonna go through. There. Super cute, but I think using this and doing like a Santa Claus face or a snowman or a stocking or something would be really cute. Then we had this one. I think it's too busy. That's a lot going on. Let's see. A lot going on. All right, so we have two options. In my opinion, this snowflakes. Okay, let's do A-B, okay? Let's do this gray with silver snowflakes is A. So, A. Or blue snowflakes is B. Blue snowflakes or silver snowflakes? I think these are our top two. This one, gray, white. This one, so pretty. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it to size, and we're gonna get it in there and see what we think. Oh, we got some bees, some bees, some bees, some bees. All right, I'm gonna turn that right there. Now I'm gonna make some marks on, where's my pen? On my glass, or on my scrapbook paper. And we're gonna cut it. And then we'll see how we feel. All right. Let's see. We'll make me a line. Here to there. Make it straight, because I'm a crooked cutter. So we're gonna cut that. There's glitter everywhere. go straight on my line. Now we got to cut the length. All right, so we have excess. So now we got to cut it to length. Where'd my pen go? So we'll cut it here. And we'll cut it here. Y'all are all still deciding. I done moved on. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do another little, what do you think? Give me your opinions. So I did buy 2 of these frames. I bought a black one and a white one. And so this is the white frame, so I still have a black one. I was thinking about doing another, but I need some pointers on what to do. I was thinking about a penguin, and I was thinking about a stocking, because now I want to do one for the red and white stripes. But I want to do another one to match. And I'm going to have to, before I do that, I need to figure out why this doesn't fit, because that piece of glass right there is sticking out. So I'm going to try to use my honing stone. I didn't want to do that. And I'm going to try to see if I can grind that little piece back a little so it fits in the frame better. Because it's super tight, it doesn't want to show. So, y'all are trying to get me to cut myself. Let's see how that works. All right, so, and I love this because you can change it out, right? If you did something that was non-seasonal, you could change out your background all the time, right? So let's put them in. Oh, that's still not going down far enough. Hang on. I got a piece of glass. See, I didn't tape off far enough, so I got a piece of glass giving me a fight. So we're gonna heat it up and I'm gonna see if I can pop it off. Penguin. All right, let's see if I can pop that glass off. I don't want to stab myself or cut myself, but he is hindering. See, I should have made it. I should have put my tape higher. Might have to snip a little hole in my frame. Let's heat her up again. A penguin and a snowman. Wouldn't that be cute? He's in the frame department, like the ready-made or the empty frames where there's no art in them. Ooh, I got it, y'all. Yay, look at that. Now, let's don't be dangerous. Let's see if we can fit it now. Ta-da! It's still a little tight. No, it went. Check it out. All right, look, guys. Oh, let me do it this way. A reindeer will be so cute. I'm not making you nervous. Look how cute that is. Now, keep in mind, guys, you would not even have to have a background in here. You could totally just leave it clear or you could change it out. You could do anything on the background. You could even paint on the background. Like paint on the other piece of glass and then slide the snowman down. But I love the thought of doing something non-seasonal on the top glass and then changing out the background for the seasons. Would that not be super cool? Super, super cool. Now, let me see. I did want, before we end this, I wanted to see if we put one of these stickers on, would both sheets of glass still fit? So I'm gonna take one of these stickers, and I'm just gonna stick it on one of those snowflakes, and let's see if our glass still fits. Ooh, shoot. Nope. It's not gonna fit with a dimensional sticker, or not one with like a bead on it. I gotta pop that bead off. See, that one had that 3D bead, and it's not gonna fit with anything thicker than you know, just paper. So we're gonna slide that back in, but if it's a really thin sticker, it should work. Check that out. And you could totally just take some of these stickers and put them on the actual frame. That's why I bought these too. I thought those would be so cute on something. See, y'all got me up in Hobby Lobby. Oh, it does, doesn't it? That's adorable. I'm gonna stick that on there since he's out. Is that not cute? And this frame, I don't know if it's still on sale, because you know how Hobby Lobby is. Sometimes their stuff stays on sale for a long time, and sometimes it's only on sale for a week. But these frames were on sale for half off. I don't know if they're still on sale or not. We'd have to check. But I am going to put, I lost my screwdriver. I'm gonna do my hand, I'm gonna put my screws back in so I don't have to worry about this glass falling out. So it had screws. You could totally like get something seasonal for a background if you did something non-seasonal. You could totally like get those things that stick on the side and that say like Happy Holidays or whatever. This came with, let me see if I can find it. This came with this alligator claw, okay? So it came with this to add to the top. I guess I could put it on there. It was $15.99, I think, Brenda, but I got them for half price. So there's that. I don't think my screwdriver is gonna do that little screw. I can't even pick it up. It's so tiny. No, that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to do that later. But yeah, they were, let me make sure I'm telling you right, because I have another one. I'll show you what it looks like in the package. So this is what it looks like in the package, and they're $15.99. Let me give you the SKU. Let me see if there's a SKU. 2021087. I believe that's going to be the SKU. And it says 5x7. The frame is actually 8x10, but you're supposed to be able to float a 5x7 picture in there. All right. So they had 8x10s. They had square ones, and yeah, super cute. So maybe a penguin. Maybe. And I'm thinking, oh, I just love that. This is going to be so much fun. I have so many ideas. It's like I'm going to be making all kinds of these things. So this turned out really cute. Very pleased with that. Look at that. I'm gonna turn the camera up real quick and show it to you upright. Oh my goodness. Hang on 1 second, close your eyes. My tripod is broken, so he's giving me a rough time. How cute. And if you get tired of this background, you can totally just change it out. I think he's adorable. I think he's adorable. Okay, penguin next. Sue, it's not that heavy. I think I would just put one, but if you wanted to be safe, you could put two. I would just do one. I like to live on the edge though. Yeah, I got big old hands too, so those teeny tiny little screws give me fits. So we have Starfire on the bottom. We cut the little body out of white sheet glass. Then we have vitrograph arms, purple, that's actually purple, I don't know if you can tell. Purple sheet glass for his scarf. We have some black fire glass for his buttons, beads, sheet glass, and that's a button, vitrograph. And then Julie brought me that cute little cardinal. I thought he was super cute.